Hello students, today I am going to talk about Jane Austen and her famous novel Pride and Prejudice. Jane Austen was born on 16 December 1775 in United Kingdom. She was an English novelist known primarily for her 6 major novels which interpret, critique and comment upon the British landed gentry at the end of the 18th century. Austen's plot often explore the dependence of women on marriage in the pursuit of favorable social standing and economic security. Introduction to the novel. Pride and Prejudice is an 1813 romantic novel of manners written by Jane Austen. The novel follows the character development of Elizabeth Bennet, the dynamic protagonist of the book, who learns about the repercussion of hasty judgments and comes to appreciate the difference between superficial goodness and actual goodness. Its humor lies in its honest depiction of manner, education, marriage, and money during the Regency era in Great Britain. Mr. Bennet of Longbourn Estate has 5 daughters, but his property is entailed and can only be passed to a male heir. His wife also lacks an inheritance, so his family will be destitute upon his death. Thus, it is imperative that at least one of the girls marry well to support the others, which is a motivation that drives the plot. The novel revolves around the importance of marrying for love rather than money or social prestige, despite the communal pressure to marry a wealthy match. Important characters of the novel. Elizabeth Bennet, the second eldest of the Bennet daughters, she is attractive, witty and intelligent, but with the tendency to form tenacious and prejudicial first impression. As the story progresses, so does her relationship with Mr. Darcy. The course of Elizabeth and Darcy's relationship is ultimately decided when Darcy overcomes his pride and Elizabeth overcomes her prejudice, leading them both to surrender to their love for each other. Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, Mr. Bingley's friend and the wealthy owner of the family estate of Pemberley in Derbyshire, rumoured to be worth at least £10,000 a year, while he is handsome, tall and intelligent. Darcy lacks ease and social graces, and so others frequently mistakes his initially haughty reserve and rectitude as proof of expressive pride. A new visitor to the village, he is ultimately Elizabeth Bennet's love interest. Though he appears to be proud and is largely disliked by people for this reason, his servants vouch for his kindness and decency. Mrs. Bennet, the middle-aged wife of a social superior, Mr. Bennet, and the mother of their 5 daughters, Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Catherine, and Lydia. Mrs. Bennet is a hypochondriac who imagines herself susceptible to attack Optimus and her poor nerves whenever things are not going her way. Her main ambition in life is to marry her daughters off to wealthy men. Whether or not any such matches will give her daughters happiness is of little concern to her. Now, I request all of you to join the live session and read the comic strip that is prescribed for you. Thank you, students.